Hello, this is Reverend Dore Patlian in Sarasota, Florida, teaching the science of mind, faith, philosophy, and way of life. Beautiful winter day here, about 72, bright blue skies. Sorry if you're up north, come on down and see us. Today, we're going to talk about the loves of your life. You know, love is perhaps the most powerful of all human emotions. Love has caused people to go to war, to make peace, to sacrifice their own lives, to do physical feats far beyond their normal capacity. Love can make a fool out of a sage and can ennoble the roughest lout. Love can call us to the highest pinnacle of our being, and when we hide from the light, drive us into the deepest well of anger, jealousy, and misery. Like the universe itself, love is full of paradox, yet which of us would want to live in a world without love? I certainly wouldn't. It has been written by nearly every great spiritual teacher that love is the very essence of God itself. God creates out of itself humanity and all that we need to prosper and thrive. A planet perfectly tailored to our physical needs, plants and animals to provide food, abundant water, and fertile soil. But he didn't stop there. God, out of his unconditional love for his creations, has given us every gift imaginable for a wonderful and abundant life, including the three great powers of imagination, will, and intellect. And we have those exclusively of all the creatures on this earth. And when he gave us these powers, he in effect gave us the keys to the kingdom of heaven right here on earth. Because now we can create anything we can imagine, have the will to stick with and produce, and the intellect to figure out how to do it. He gave us his own powers, the powers that create and recreate the universe every second of every hour. He gave us evolution as a constant update system so that life would not become stagnant and die out. He gave us thought, the very building block of the universe, and the word which empowers thought and brings it to form. Perhaps the greatest gift he gave us was his own nature, love. You know, to be able to love unselfishly and to give ourselves completely to something outside of ourselves is a pearl beyond price. Love is the very personality of God, and it lives, often dormant, within each human breast. What greater love could there be than that of the Creator who creates all that exists out of his own substance? You and I are part and parcel of the very substance of God. We are expressions of the divine, having a short human experience right here and right now. We've come from spirit, and to spirit we shall return because there's nowhere else to go. God is all there is. The realm of spirit is our native land, our home. We have known God since before time began, and we shall each know God into eternity. We are products of the greatest love ever known. Could you love this much? To give of yourself so completely that you could send pieces of yourself all over the universe and then nurture and love them as they experience life in physical form, whether they do what you want them to do or not? That is true unconditional love. Could you learn to love like this? What about the loves of your life? Who do you love? Is it your children, your husband or wife? Perhaps your extended family or a large circle of close friends. Let's look at your relationships with those you love. Do you give them the same rights that God gives you? Do you give them free will and the right to choose how they want to live their lives? This not only applies to your children, but to your husband and wife as well. Too often we think that our spouse and us must be joined at the hip, liking the same things, doing the same things, and thinking the same thing. No, the best marriages understand that two unique individuals came together in union, not only to procreate, but to share a life together, each in their own way and with their own likes and dislikes. Of course they will love, play, and grow together. But if she likes Dr. Oz on TV and he likes The Good Wife, which is the way it is at our house, well, that's why there are lots of TVs in the store. Go buy 2 of them. If he likes to bowl on Wednesday and she likes to go to the theater, so be it. Suppose he goes to his club or lodge meeting and she has her girls' night out. Anything wrong with that? No. They both come back refreshed happy to enjoy outside friends and activities, and more than ready for togetherness. In order to have this kind of marriage, you must first lose all the cultural taboos and stereotypes about men and women, and that is hard to do. They run so very deep in most cultures. You know, God created both sexes to be equal, no matter what your pastor, priest, or imam tells you to the contrary. God does not make second-class beings, nor does he make junk. Yes, men and women have different roles in the bearing and raising of children. One plants and one nurtures, but that is where the difference ends. In my home, when I was a child, my mother was the disciplinarian and my father was the wise and understanding dad. You know, it worked out just fine. Make no mistake, Mom was a lovely feminine lady, a very powerful lady, and Dad was all man, but they both understood that roles in a relationship are situational. That means that the one who is most effective at a job does it. In my house today, I pay the bills because I'm good at records and schedules, not because I'm the man. My wife makes more money than I do. And you know, I'm just fine with that. I'll be happy to help her spend it wisely. Ego is the enemy of good relationships. If you've always wondered about your manhood or your femininity and you question it and how you are perceived by others, then perhaps you may want to spend some time reflecting on why you're so sensitive in these areas. You do not need to defend your sexual turf. It is what you think of you that matters. Your spouse will see you as you see yourself. People take you at your own evaluation. That's what people don't understand. Putting on a front does no good. They see right through it anyway. You know, a person who has it doesn't have to brag about it, worry about it, or get defensive about it. What about the kids? Many of us think that by running our children's lives, we're showing love. No, we're showing control and exercising it. And love never seeks to control the loved one. Yes, we're the bow that launches the arrow that is our child. And our responsibility is to aim well, pull the bowstring with certainty and consistency and strength, guiding the arrow to the target of a happy life. We're not there to be their friend, we're there to be their guide and their teacher. What that life looks like once the child is at the age of choice is their decision. We aren't loving when we attempt to live through our children. The heart's desire we had but never fulfilled should not become those of our children unless they do it by free choice. We should not relive our lives through them. I'm thinking of the mother who always wanted Olympic gold in figure skating, but never got close. And she has no right to become a skating mom, holding the child's life hostage to her thwarted ambition. Unless that child loves skating as much as she did, and usually that's not the case. Children have a divine right to walk their own path, which may be similar to ours or not, but that must be their choice and their responsibility. You know, birds never fly unless they're literally kicked out of the nest and allowed to fly in their own fashion. Neither do our children. The best gift you can give your children, your spouse, your friends, and all you meet is your acceptance of them as people, and then just love them for who and what they are, not for what you wish they were. Until we're together again, may God bless each of your steps, guide your thoughts, and fill your heart with joy. But be sure to get your copy of Death of Religion, Dawn of Spirituality on Amazon.com in ebook or print today. Many think it's the best book they have read this year. Of course, I wrote it, so I don't know. You write and tell me what you think. Enter my name in the search box on Amazon, Dore Patlian. Until we meet again, until we're together again, bye-bye for now.